What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Crossplay, our video game podcast here at the Whatnots. It is Tuesday, April 19th, 2022, our new recording day. This is episode 115th. Coming up on today's show, Amy Hennig is getting a second chance at making the best Star Wars game ever created. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 got a reverse delay. And Natalie Portman is coming to the Avengers. But we will get to all of that in a bit. My name is Gino Viteri, and I'm joined by Alan Busby. What's up, Alan? How you doing?
Hello.
Your hair is a mess, actually.
It is actually a mess.
When you said that, I wasn't looking. Now I'm looking.
Yeah, use your kids fully down.
Yeah, it's I made the tweet about it. I showered and then I went to my physical therapy. So like when I went outside, I wore a hood with my hair was wet. So
That's
probably
okay.
not the
rocket.
Yeah, not the Galaxy play, but
And Ignacio Rojas, what's up, Ignacio?
Doing good on this lovely Tuesday.
Lovely Tuesday. Lovely Tuesday. And Kyle Springer, what's up, Kyle? How you doing?
I wore my Kojima shirt just for this one.
Oh,
Kojima Productions, because he was on one this week.
He was hard.
He did something.
He really did.
He sure did something.
I don't think he understood
I think he knew exactly what he was doing.
What he did was okay. But yeah, there we have it. So what's up, guys? How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
I
see you are alive.
I am alive,
which is
and
quite a surprise.
But I'm not doing good. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little depressed.
It was that bad.
I'm a little depressed. So after this BTS concert, of course, once you see them in person for the first time, once you see that they're real people, right? And they look even better than you've seen them in videos and all that stuff. And then they leave. After the concert's over, they leave, guys. Mm-hmm. They go away.
Insane.
They go home.
Insane.
And then what do I do now? After I've experienced that, what do I do with my life? Right?
Yeah.
How do you move on from this?
Right? You have to find ways to fill that empty void within your body.
Exactly.
Usually most people turn to like not good means, but I'd recommend probably just binging the BTS soundtrack. Like as you go to bed, just play the albums on loop.
Oh my gosh.
Well, there's always cocaine.
There sure is cocaine.
I was looking for like healthier alternatives, not detrimental things to fill the void.
I don't know if you guys saw this part. Wait, hold on. This part right here, where you saw me post this on Twitter, where he slaps his ass. That part, everyone fainted, dude. Everyone fainted in that part.
Well, then how did you record it?
I actually said to myself, I don't know how the phone stayed up in the air while I was on the ground. I don't know how the phone stayed floating while I fell to the ground, dude.
Nice.
That was crazy. But yeah,
some would say through the power of BTS magic, Alan.
If you guys don't know, of course, I went to a BTS concert this past weekend in Las Vegas, and it was incredible. I unfortunately did not win big in Las Vegas. I only won $30 in the slot machine.
And, at least you didn't lose, right?
Well, it did. Yeah, I lost a lot. Lost a lot stuff. I'm talking about what I won.
I went in with 3,000 and I only got 30.
Yeah,
I won $30, lost 200. But I'm only talking about what I won.
So you didn't win.
I won something. But yeah, I technically lost everything. But yeah, so I went to the BTS concert and it was incredible, and I can't wait to see them again after this new album that they announced as well. This was the last day they did it in Vegas, and they announced a new album for June.
Lucky you.
So that was pretty cool too. That was pretty cool. But yeah, that was my weekend. Was I the only one that had a great weekend, or?
Yeah.
My weekend was good. I didn't do anything in particular, but it was good. It was fine. Just a relaxing weekend. Sometimes it's exactly what you need,
Exactly.
Yes, I'm here. It was Easter weekend, so I got to rest a lot. My family was here. We celebrated my brother's birthday. But yeah, it was fine.
There you
go. You had a long weekend too, right, Alan?
Yeah. I took Monday night off, so I finally go back tonight after going in last Thursday night. So
wow.
The demon in me is like, is there a way I could just call in tonight somehow?
The demon is here.
That's always the struggle.
I haven't like with work since I got a new job, which we'll talk about eventually. Because so technically the job that I had, contact tracing, that was pretty temporary. Because obviously
COVID is done, right? Yeah,
the point of the job is to not have that job anymore because you want to help to stop the spread, right? So there was a point where I was eventually not going to have the job anymore. So obviously I was already looking for other stuff, and I got something, fortunately. But that starts in May. But for a while I haven't really had anything at all, like working. Like I haven't woken up to work in like, I think of 7 months already, 6 months. Because before that, you guys know that I was at FedEx.
Yeah.
So
the iconic video of you while falling asleep at your job.
Yeah, that's actually why I left, because I was falling asleep at work. While driving 70 miles per hour, I was like, I'm gonna die one day if I continue doing this. So
you have to deliver it. You got to go fast.
So I had to finish. I had to find something else. So fortunately, I found something great. But man, it's just, sleeping in every day is kind of like, after a while, you're like, man, I feel useless, man. I feel like it's
worth it.
You could have beaten so many video games. You could have been watching so many TV shows. You could have been a full-time streamer by now. But
exactly, dude.
You were slacking.
Exactly. It's just when you get that long break, you're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna actually take this break, and then I'm not gonna do anything.
You missed your chance to become the #1 Final Fantasy 14 streamer.
I could have done everything. I could have had the world.
So now Fanbyte will never hire you.
Could have had the world in my hands right now.
Power,
one day,
now
Ignacio,
all
one
to
day.
droplets.
One day, when I put some real effort into it, you know what I'm saying? Guys, let's get into what we've been playing.
Yep.
Okay, so let me see here. So Ignacio mentioned Yu-Gi-Oh! Last time. So
different game.
Oh, you did?
I mean, they're technically the Yu-Gi-Oh! Games are both, Master Duel and Legacy of the Duelist are different games, but they're both still Yu-Gi-Oh! You're still playing the card game.
Nope. See, that's why I want to bring up this game, because you have heard me talk about my problems with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duels, where even though it is in a way what I want, because I can have pretty much the deck that I want. I can have pretty much the deck that I want. Finding people to actually play with, and not people that take 50 minutes on their first turn and then somehow still surrender even though I didn't have a turn.
Ignacio, because they're trying to pop off.
Yeah. So because of that,
is that a Yu-Gi-Oh!
I keep
turn?
playing it.
It's a card game turn.
I keep playing it, but I do not get what I want out of it. But now I just went for it. I purchased Legacy of the Duelist, and it is the game that I wanted. Where the main aspect of the game is that you can play through pretty much every duel of the first 6 series of Yu-Gi-Oh! You go through it, you can choose to either build your own deck or use the deck that the character you're playing as used in the duel in the show. And I've been enjoying it quite a lot. This is exactly what I wanted, because the AI is giving me a challenge where I feel like every duel is a challenge. Every duel I had to strategize, and with the added element of my deck is changing duel to duel, I just have to adapt. And I like it a lot. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted a challenge playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I get to experience new cards, which, if I like them a lot, the game also lets you build your own deck. So you can go in there, you can build your own deck. The only problem is that you have to purchase packs using the in-game currency, and those are blind packs, so you do not know what you get. But still, I'm enjoying it a lot. This is exactly the game that I wanted to play.
Cool.
Ignacio, you gotta understand, modern Yu-Gi-Oh, the TCG and the OCG, it's all about comboing. So you're playing like the outdated Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
You're not playing true Yu-Gi-Oh.
Alan, I am well aware that my cards from Gen 1 are not useful now. I was watching the video that you linked me to, and I swear to you, I'm halfway through, and the game goes through pretty much the beginning all the way to I don't know what year. I'm halfway through. Pretty much all the cards that they are talking about are the cards that I use. I use those old cards.
The Yu-Gi-Oh meta of 2002 to 2005.
Those are my cards. So yeah, I use the older stuff. I try to use Synchro Summon and XYZ Summon. Pendulum Summon, I'm very confused about it. I haven't tried it out. But yeah, I pretty much still use these same old cards that I used back in the day.
You
like
relic
Blue
of
Eyes
the
White Dragon.
You relic of the. You know, Blue Eyes White Dragon was not actually as busted as you think it was. Summon Skull was like he was like
Summon Skull
tech. He was
it is
the
insane.
Tech.
It is insane that it has the same.
Skull.
He was the tech.
Skull too.
I mean, do I have that card here?
Summon Skull was gas, Gino. You don't understand.
The thing with Summon Skull is that it has the same attack of Dark Magician, but you only need one sacrifice, and that's really OP.
But that's a whole other discussion.
I had a friend that had all the Exodia cards because they were rich, and man, I wonder where that person is.
One of those kids.
Yeah, one of those.
Hey, I got to use the parts of Exodia during the first duel of the game. I managed to pull it off, so that was pretty hard.
You're pulling out your cards right now. Let me see them.
God bless.
I'm trying to see if I have Summon Skull.
Well,
so this is the deck that I have.
God.
Pretty old.
Oh my
pretty
God.
old, as you can see.
Oh, it hurts.
Yeah.
Oh my
they're
God.
not in those sleeves.
No, I have one in the sleeve.
Protective.
You have one in the sleeve. Which
one
one's
in the
this
sleeve.
one?
And it's my only Synchro Summon monster from when they just appeared. So this is Iron Chain Dragon. My only Synchro Summon monster.
Interesting.
And I had to do it because it was a special card.
Oh, seeing those cards literally caused me physical pain.
Yeah, but see, Alan, Lord of Dragons.
Oh, look at it.
Look
how sad it looks.
Lord of Dragons and Summoning Flute.
Man, if Depression had
I've
like
seen that one too. I know
that looks like the
those.
physical version of Depression.
Alan is just shorting.
I
have Monster Reborn. You can only have one of these.
I have that.
Can only have one of these in your deck.
Because it was one of the Power Five.
A long time ago, by the way that card looked.
Oh,
Dark Magician.
Oh my God! It's in freaking Spanish. I didn't even know.
Oh yeah,
Spanish.
Yeah. Most of these cards are in Spanish. Some of them are in English.
Oh, the pain.
But yeah,
so
I have
weird.
Synchro Monsters, and then I have let's see. But yeah, the game, it is pretty much what I wanted.
Okay, cool.
I'm enjoying it a lot. Here it is.
Oh my God! For God's sakes, Ignacio,
What's
why
it
did you
called?
take care of them?
Cráneo Convocado. Summon Skull in Spanish.
Oh,
That's so
But there it
weird.
is.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Look at the card.
those poor cards, man.
It is.
I still have my Yu-Gi-Oh cards somewhere around here. And they
Man.
are
Oh man, Cal, we should play one day. We should play one day, Cal.
You beat that card up, dude.
Dude, back in the day, we were all playing it on recess, and nobody cared about it.
Ignacio, can you do it for me on camera? Can you give me a good shuffle with those cards?
No, they'll break.
They'll all disintegrate, dude. They'll disintegrate.
Yeah.
Like snapping them out of existence. They all just like fade away, disintegrate.
Yeah.
The shuffle would be
so yeah.
the shuffle would be so sad.
Legacy of the Duelist, pretty good game.
All right, good to hear. Good to hear. Guys.
Better than those cards.
I don't really have any updates. I've been playing Final Fantasy again as always. Still incredible. But I have Kyle here. You tried. You said you were gonna try Tunic last time, or
I did, yes.
Okay. So how was that?
I'll actually get to that in a sec. The first thing I want to say is that I beat Kirby. And apologies to all of you guys who celebrated Easter. But I beat Kirby, so therefore I defeated God. So
there you go. Good.
I just like no.
He'll come back.
I guess he does 3 days later, right?
Yeah.
So I beat Kirby. That game was fantastic. I liked it a lot. But it's also to me it's like a solid 8, right? Where it's not like super spectacular where I want to be like, man, this is the greatest game. I love this game of the year. But it's good. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty short. You don't have to do a lot to kind of clear all of the stages. But the stages are so packed with fun stuff and secrets that it's a blast to play. I don't think you will really go through a stage and get all of the things in one try. So there is some replayability there, but it's not much. And the story is almost non-existent until the end of the game. Like you get that first cutscene, and then you get like once you reach the final boss and understand what's been going on and why things are the way they are, you're just like, oh shit, this stuff is actually pretty cool. This is a good game. So I had fun with that.
Cool.
I've heard that the ending goes pretty wild. Like the last 2 hours are wild.
Yeah. I mean, most Kirby games end like that, where you like fight God or something like it. But yeah, it goes pretty bananas. Like it's not like the whole time you're playing it, you're just like, oh, it's just a post-apocalypse. Like I guess that's it. And then you're just having fun being a little Kirby. And by the end, you're just like, whoa, no, they're like the humans left. There was this alien speech, the X, Y, and Z, all whole bunch of stuff. And it was just like, what in the world? This is cool. I like this. Yeah. And then I got to try out Tunic on Game Pass. I finally hooked up my game consoles here at the house, and I downloaded Tunic first thing on Game Pass, and I tried it out, and I really enjoy it. It's really, really cool. It looks really cute, really adorable, but man, that game is deceptive because the combat in that game is on one hand, I don't think the combat is good for most of it, but when it comes to the bosses specifically, it's hard. It is a difficult game. Holy shit.
Yep.
And I have no problem playing games on a lower difficulty, but this is one of those games that I was like, I put down on the like invincible mode, and I was like, I was kind of expecting to do that on the bosses or at certain sections, right? But man, I put that down to invincible so fast that I'm just like, I'm kind of ashamed. But yeah, it's fantastic. I like it a lot. There's some great puzzles in that. If you are a fan of the old school Zelda games, this is absolutely one you guys should check out. I liked it a lot. So far, I've only gotten to ring the 2 bell towers.
Okay, so you're like really at the beginning there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's it. That's all on that one. And last but not least, have you guys checked out the Halo TV series?
Nope.
I don't know if I mentioned it. I don't know if I mentioned it that I have before. Oh no, I haven't. Okay. So I did look at the first episode. So it's on Paramount Plus, and
correct. Yeah.
I felt like watching Interstellar. So on, my weekly watch of Interstellar, I was like, where do I watch it or something? And then I saw that it was on Paramount Plus. So I got the free trial Paramount Plus for 7 days. And then once I finished watching Interstellar, I was like, you know what? Let me check out this Halo show based on Halo from Xbox. And I saw it and I fell asleep. It was boring. Bad show.
So there's 4 of them out right now, and I think the 5th one comes out later this week. I think by the time this goes public, the 5th one will be out there. The show's not bad, actually. It's not great. in terms of Halo stuff, they're kind of doing their own story. They're not really following the games per se. There might be some similar plot beats in there, but they are definitely taking it in their own direction.
Yeah.
And I kind of like it, actually. Like, it's not bad. It's interesting what they're trying to do with this show. So it starts out, the pilot starts you out in this like mining town on the outskirts of the galaxy, and they are kind of in opposition of the UNSC. They're kind of expecting them to come in and shut down their operation because they've been at odds with them for a while. And instead, the Covenant show up and start attacking. And some of the stuff in the show doesn't really hold up. It's just like smaller details, things here and there. It's just like, what? This makes no sense. Like the Covenant show up to the town and they all start shouting these things, and the Covenant just seem invincible. They seem unstoppable. And then eventually Master Chief and his silver team show up, and they pick up the same guns that the miners were using. Like, you see him like pick up the turret and do that whole thing and all that. And they just start ripping these elites to shreds. And it's just like, how? It's the same
Spartans,
gun.
Dude. They're Spartans,
But it's the same. It's not like they're pulling the trigger harder.
Of course
and
they are. They're holding it harder.
Faster. That's not how guns work. It's just it's so weird. But yeah, I like it so far. I'm interested to see where this goes, especially since they were so quick to be like, season 2, go ahead, we want this. So I think, especially since Paramount Plus is really kind of starving for content right now, they need shows to last a little bit longer. So hopefully that means they are investing in this show. It's weird to see Master Chief with his helmet off all the time,
and his ass.
It's weird. And his ass. There's lots of butts. If you want to see some booties, you guys can go watch some booties in Halo.
The Final Fantasy X conundrum. I see.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
But yeah, good stuff.
All right. Cool. And Alan, you finished Ni no Kuni, and you tried something here. Let me hear about this.
Yeah, nothing on Ni no Kuni except that I finished it, platinumed it, and I deleted it immediately because wow, man, that game's,
you're done. You're 100% done.
It's over. Get it out of here. No, I actually booted up a 7-day free trial of PlayStation Now. Because I know Sly Cooper, the collection, is on there, and I know Sonic Adventure 2 Battle is also on there, and I wanted to play them. And yeah, I booted up the 7-day free trial. I first went to download games because I was like, well, I can download them. They'll probably run a little bit better if I download them. Sly Cooper, Devil May Cry, the HD collection, and Sonic are all not downloadable games. I scrolled through that entire
PS3 games.
I went through that entire downloadable list, and it was nothing but hot garbage for me. So I was like, okay.
What? Can you remember something?
No,
specific?
they were all hella.
I don't know.
They were all
games,
hella forgettable. They were all forgettable. It's not important. But against my better judgment, I can tell you the timeline. I got the free trial this morning at like 8. Downloaded Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, and I was like, damn, the game of the fucking century right here. Let's play it. And there is just enough of an input delay from streaming it that it is infuriating. I got through the first level. No, I didn't even get through the first level of City Escape, the iconic stage. Wow. Closed out the game, went to PS Now, went to see if the other 2 games, as I mentioned, Devil May Cry HD Collection and Sly Cooper, were downloadable. They were not. And then I went to manage subscriptions and immediately 25 minutes later, canceled my subscription.
Hey, now, are you sure it wasn't the game?
Huh?
Are you sure it wasn't the game?
I'm sure it wasn't the game. Sonic Adventure 2 plays Ignacio, I put like 900 hours in that game. I know how that game works fucking to hell and back. All right.
Well, good news. they're kind of getting rid of PS Now, and they have something new coming down the road. So there you go.
that was the thing too. Like this upset me because like, holy shit, if they're fusing this with PL Plus for a higher price, oh hell no.
Yeah.
I don't even want PS Now. Like, yeah, PS Now is probably better, but it's still garbage. Yeah, at least for me, for what I want to go back and play.
Did you at least look at the other games that you could have downloaded?
PS Now, more like PS No.
There are PS4 games there you could download.
Yeah, that'll show them.
No, I've tried PS Now before and I didn't like it. So hopefully this whole new thing is better.
And on an unrelated topic, I was actually wrong. I heard reports they were getting rid of Persona 5 on Plus Collection, but it's actually still on there. So the correction zone, if anyone understands that reference from another YouTuber, but that's fine. But yeah, Persona 5 still on there. It's still on there.
Okay.
You can still download Persona 5 on the Place Collection.
Incredible. All right. And that's it, right? So everyone's just said what we've been playing. Yeah. Okay, cool. That is what we've been playing, my friends. Let's get into a little bit of housekeeping.
We put a lot of hard work into the shows that we make. And yes, we make multiple different shows here at The Whatnots. And we'd love it if you check them all out. You can find out more information on our website at thewhatnots.com, as well as your favorite podcasting platform of choice. When you type in The Whatnots, all of our shows will pop up right there. Just don't forget to give us a nice rating and review if you like the shows. If you want to support what we do here at The Whatnots, patreon.com/thewhatnots is the best place to do that. You can support us for as little as $1 a month. You can get all kinds of exclusive content at the $3 tier. You can also get a shout out and a thank you on all of our shows at the $5 tier. You can support us on Twitch by subscribing to our channel at twitch.tv/thewhatnots. And we would love to have you all join us for our live streams and talk with us in the chat. And lastly, we have merch. If you'd like to grab yourself a shirt or a sweatshirt or a mug or something else, go to thewhatnots.com/store to pick up some merch today.
And we are back. Kyle, shout out our shows here.
Yeah, dude, we got a brand new Thor Love and Thunder teaser trailer, and we did our reactions to that over on the Reactor Core. It's up on YouTube. You guys should go check that out. If you want more Thor content, especially Thor Goddess of Thunder, we actually covered that on the review show this week. It'll be out on Wednesday, so by the time this goes public for everyone, it'll be out. You guys can go subscribe to the review show and find out who this new Thor is, this new person who's wielding Mjolnir. Except we already know who it is. Yeah,
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Cool. Awesome. And that is it for housekeeping. Kyle, take us into the news of the week.
Hit the button. Bam.
All right. So like I mentioned before, Amy Hennig is getting a second chance at making the best Star Wars game ever. So as we know, okay, so as it says, it actually says it here. I was just gonna bring it up, but it says it here. This is from Eurogamer. Tom Phillips wrote this up here. Uncharted creator Amy Hennig is returning to the Star Wars universe to work on a new, richly cinematic action-adventure game. Hennig memorably spent 3 years working on Project Ragtag, the ill-fated Star Wars game left on the shelf by EA after developer Visceral Games was shut down. The project is the second major game in the works at Skydance New Media, Hennig's new studio, which is also working on an unannounced action-adventure game based around a Marvel property. So there we have it. So we know that Hennig worked on, I think it was, there was a name for it, right? Wasn't it Star Wars 1313? Was that Hennig's?
No.
That was something else?
1313 was further back.
That was somebody else. Okay, that was even way further back. Okay, yeah, Hennig was working on something.
They mentioned it here. It was Project Ragtag.
Yeah, it didn't have a name.
No, but Gino's asking if the game had like an actual name.
No, it didn't have a name.
Yeah, if it was
Project,
the 1313 name.
Yeah.
No, 1313 is from when Disney bought Marvel. That's when
I
it got
see.
canceled.
Okay, so that was something else. Okay.
Star Wars.
So then that unfortunately got shut down. So now she's going at it again.
It got
What do
Order
we-
66th.
Yep.
Who's excited for this one?
I am.
Pick
So
me.
so we're getting a lot of Star Wars games now that are in development. I think we have one from Ubisoft, right? An open world
from Quantic
kind of one.
Dreams.
Yep.
Quantic Dreams. What's the title for that one? We already got the title for that
Eclipse
one.
or something.
Yeah.
like
Eclipse,
that?
yes,
Yeah.
Eclipse.
Respawn
which
has 3
seems
games.
interesting.
You
So
assume a Jedi Fallen Order 2 is gonna hopefully
That-
be a thing.
that too.
That
No,
is
it's-
one of the
that's
ones.
confirmed.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah, we
confirmed?
know Respawn is working on 3 games. One of those
Oh.
is Jedi Fallen Order 2.
Okay. So now we have this, which is pretty great. I wonder if she's going off of like, let's just pick up where we left off in a way. I feel like if because she was writing the story, I'm assuming. She was writing the game, so I wonder if
Or
she's just
writing
gonna
and
go
directing,
ahead.
maybe.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if she's gonna go ahead and just go off of Project Ragtag, which we never saw light of day.
There'll probably be some things she recycles, but yeah, especially since that never really got out there. But yeah, I'm super excited about this. We're getting all of these different Star Wars games because that exclusive EA deal is no longer in effect. So Disney is just you get a Star Wars game, you get a Star Wars game, you get a Star Wars game.
Exactly.
And yeah, I'm excited about that a lot, especially with a bunch of these like new Star Wars shows coming out as well on Disney Plus. It's a good time to be a Star Wars fan. I think there's lots to dive in and get your fingers on. So excited to see whatever this turns out to be.
Yeah,
It is pretty exciting.
I'm particularly excited for this, obviously, because as we know, Amy Hennig, creator of Uncharted, which is an incredible series of games. Not only is she working on a Star Wars game, she's also doing a Marvel game too. So here, those are 2 huge properties, and I feel like there's a lot of that now. Actually, I wonder if it's ever going to get to the point where, or if it already is at the point where there is fatigue. For
I don't think so.
These kinds of things.
I don't feel like we've
Marvel.
had that many games like these and that many good games.
Yeah,
Sure, from the Star Wars side,
keyword there.
Yeah, from the Star Wars side, the only one that I can think of is Jedi Fallen Order. The Lego Star Wars games, you want to count them?
Yeah.
Battlefront 2 eventually.
Once
But
they
other than that, I don't know how much Star Wars games we have gotten that are actually worthwhile.
There's no fatigue for Star Wars, but like without being too deep in the Star Wars community, I feel like we're oversaturated with just how much Star Wars content is just hitting. I know that's the other side looking in because I'm not in the community, but it just feels like there's too much.
I think that is kind of a symptom of like you not being as big of a fan.
Yeah,
'cause I'm not a Souls born fan, and I feel like the same thing. Every game now is a Souls like, and it's just like I don't mean that I don't mean every game's the same. I just feel like there's too much Star Wars content in like recent years. Yeah. In the same way, I feel like if you're not a fan of something, you could say that like there's so much of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of Star Wars stuff. There's a lot of Marvel stuff. There's a lot of you name it. There's just more and more video games being made in general. So.
My only reason for why I'm not really ever excited for any new Star Wars game is at least with Fallen Order 2. I mean, or Fallen Order 1. It was fine. But like, I feel like you need to be really deep and like really have a good understanding of the Star Wars world. Like Star Wars games are fine. None of them, I would not say any of them are really like, holy shit, you need to play this good. It's the world that it's in that brings you, that gravitates you towards it. So I feel like me not knowing all of the Star Wars lore and have seen all the movies and know everything and all of that, I feel like the Star Wars games is like the One Piece effect. I want to get into it, but there's too much I have to invest into to really fully enjoy it.
Yeah, the Fallen Order was great. It wasn't fine. It was great.
It was fine.
Great.
That
was
was
a good game.
games in PlayStation Now. You can download this Star Wars Jedi. He was like, terrible game.
I still see Fallen Order on sale. It's like $39.99. It's on sale for $9.99. I still won't buy it.
Wait, have you not played it?
I played like the first like few hours and then I stopped.
Oh,
that's
Fallen
why.
Order?
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh, interesting.
We didn't
Okay.
get to the good parts.
It's a less
all the good parts.
it's a less polished Souls game.
It takes 40 hours to get to
fun
the
for
good
what
part.
it
Alan, I will back you up on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Like
but it is still great for what
it's
it is.
good, but being super into Souls, Fallen Order feels like a strict downgrade. That's why I'm hyped for Fallen Order 2. If they just refine that gameplay, fucking banger, man.
Gameplay was great. Now the platinum was fun to get. I'll give that. I don't know. I think for the case of Star Wars, yeah, there is a lot of lore out there, but I don't think that you necessarily need to be in touch with it. I think Fallen Order is a good example where all you need to know is that Jedis are being hunted now. The Empire is out there. But then if you at least know that, then you can have just this adventure of this Jedi, pretty much having a light sword and magical powers. You can go through, beat up enemies, explore new worlds, see what's out there. And I think that the world of Star Wars is fascinating enough that you do not necessarily need to know all the lore to be entertained by it. I think that the worlds are enough for it.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, still very exciting to get a game from Amy Hennig as always. Let's move on here to number 2. Ghost of Tsushima, if you don't know, is getting a film. And the movie is to be written by Takashi Dosher. So this is from Deadline here, Anthony D'Alessandro. Takashi Dosher is set to write the screenplay for Sony Pictures and PlayStation Productions' film adaptation of the latter's hugely successful action-adventure game Ghost of Tsushima, which crossed a massive milestone in January with more than 8 million copies sold since its July 2020 debut. The project is in early development. So here we first found out in March of last year that the filmmaker, the John Wick filmmaker, Chad Stahelski, is attached to directing
it. Yeah.
And Peter Kang is overseeing the project on behalf of the studio. So let me see here. So if you don't know who Dosher is, Dosher has, I haven't heard of him. I think he's a Japanese screenwriter.
Apparently Imran Khan, I think, went to high school with him. I think.
Oh, really?
I saw him tweet something about that. Don't quote me on that, but I yeah.
That's cool though. But so Dosher has a recent screenplay called Blue here, which is currently in development with AGBO and MGM, and is a twist on a Japanese monster movie.
Cool.
Previously, Dosher wrote and directed romantic sci-fi Romance Only, starring Frida Pinto and Leslie Odom Jr., and which premiered in competition at the 2019 Tribeca Film Festival. And his debut feature, Still, starring Madeline Brewer, is currently available on Hulu if you want to check that out as well. So there you go. We're getting a film for Ghost of Tsushima. I wonder what this is going to be like.
Yeah, this is kind of another one of those, like, I'll believe it a little more once I see it, once we have a trailer and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
PlayStation seems to really want to start, making pictures and making movies of all of their properties, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, yes. When you think of it, I feel like, it's been mentioned before, like, all of PlayStation's mascots are just humans. Like, they're not, like, they don't have any little mascots or anything like that.
On the recent
like there's a few that are like that, but that's like the general thing that's said a lot. And I think it's good for them that they have that, because then they could make movies like this. You know what I mean? They have The Last of Us, they have Uncharted, and now Ghost of Tsushima. I think I don't know if Twisted Metal is.
Did you see the tweet that the person who's making The Last of Us show did not play the game, so he did not carbon copy the Joel from the game?
Oh, really?
Pedro Pascal. Yeah, I think he said he didn't.
Oh, really? Huh?
It was something like that.
Yeah, it was something like he didn't want to like be exposed to the video game Joel because he didn't want to make his version of Joel the same. Like, what?
On a smaller level, I'm okay with that. Like if it's an actor and like not wanting to have the same manner, like they want to do their own version of that. Where I would be worried is kind of what happened on Halo, where it's not the actor who was like, I didn't play the games. It's the creators that were like, we didn't play the games. We don't even know what's in them. And it's just like, like that. That sounds bad, but
you obviously have Neil Druckmann there.
Yeah, Neil Druckmann is there, so it isn't necessarily a problem.
Exactly. So you have him there, and Pedro Pascal is not a bad actor. He knows what he's doing. So if you have Neil Druckmann
on the show, he's still on it, right? I think.
Yeah, I think he was doing it with Neil Druckmann, right?
Chernobyl was freaking incredible,
and that's like the perfect vibe for what a Last of Us show would have. What Craig Mazin did with Chernobyl. So I feel like it's just a great combination. I have full, I trust in that show being good. Knowing that Neil Druckmann is on there, Pedro Pascal is a great actor, and of course the I forget her name.
Even if Pedro is in a bad movie, Wonder Woman 1984, he was still like the best part of that whole film. He was fantastic.
Life can be good,
right?
But it can be better.
Exactly. He was so good.
Dude, I didn't recognize him in that movie either. Like when I first saw his trailer, I did not recognize him at all.
That movie's so bad.
I know I was gone when you brought up the story, but if there's only one thing I want to add about the Ghost of Tsushima movie, I'm actually really curious what this movie of Ghost looks like without the open world fluff of the game, of just the movie just being like the pure story just all the way through.
To be honest, could be a much tighter, better experience, especially since Sony likes to make these cinematic looking games, right?
Yeah. And I think the story of Ghost can lend itself very well for a movie.
The
story of Jin Sakai struggling between the samurai way and the not honorable way, the Ghost way. I think you can make a very good story out of it.
Yeah,
and after the success of Uncharted that the movie had, I think that now they might have opened the floodgates for Sony to actually commit more to these movies. Yeah. Where now, after Uncharted was a success, now I think that Ghost of Tsushima has now a better chance of actually being a movie than it could have been before Uncharted, or the Twisted Metal show, or the other movies that I'm sure are being worked on. I think that those now have a better chance of actually being something.
They just need to make sure they get the swordplay right. Like if the swordplay doesn't really capture it, then it won't really quite matter, because it's that tension and swordplay that will really make the Ghost movie.
Yeah. And I think that if they want to make this movie work well, I think that they have to go to the actual directors of samurai movies and those types of movies and get their input for those kinds of aspects. You guys mentioned that there is a John Wick, someone involved in John Wick was it the director you said?
The director of that is directing this, I think.
Yeah, the John Wick movies are very action oriented, so I'm sure that
and it's very good action too.
It could work well here.
The thing that they need to fix from the game is that struggle between, like, does he want to be the Ghost or not? Like in the game, it never felt like there was a real struggle. It was like, hey, you should play like this, be the Ghost, but then we'll just like be like, man, what a terrible person you are in all the cutscenes, and it's just like, well, you want me to play like that? Like I don't like that. That was a weird. Like it wasn't Jin's struggle.
Yeah,
it was. It felt like the creator's struggle of like, how do we make this into a game? So if it can actually be Jin's struggle of like, what do I do with this? Like, I want to continue on this legacy, but it's old and it's stale and stiff, right? Like we need something new. So.
Have they announced if the voice actor for Jin is playing as Jin?
I don't think so.
Don't think so. I'm not sure.
Because that would be really cool. I think that would be really cool if they just got him, because they played him already, and he looks obviously he looks just like him. He is him. So that would be really cool.
Yeah, I know in the game, the conflict of choice of making your choices not overly matter. I feel like the movie just telling you the story and not having these like fluff choices is gonna streamline it a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's up next here? Let's move on to the last one, and the reason
the title of this one
that Kyle is wearing his shirt here.
Kojima Productions.
The heck are you tweeting, Kojima? So Kojima on April 15th, 12:07 a.m. I don't know what time it was for him, but he tweeted a banner of PlayStation Studios, just a picture, banner PlayStation Studios.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
With all the different studios, of course, and
oh no, we're in another transition.
Didn't mean to do that, my bad.
So he tweeted the banner, right, with all the pictures, and then his, obviously Norman Reedus Death Stranding, that's his game and stuff like that. So which led the entire video game community to believe that PlayStation has acquired Kojima Productions.
Yeah. No, one thing to point out. This isn't Kojima retweeting a fan that made this fan art of Death Stranding with the PlayStation, with the other PlayStation Studios game. It wasn't that. It was Kojima himself tweeting that image.
Picture with no context. PlayStation Studio has his game on there, and that's it.
And he's like, his thing is up in the like top corner, just hidden back there. You might, you might not even notice it, but he just snuck it in there.
So, a whole hour and 50 minutes goes by. A whole hour and 50 minutes of everyone absolutely freaking out. Oh my God, PlayStation just bought Kojima Productions, all this stuff. He quote tweets his tweet and says, "I'm sorry for the misunderstanding, but Kojima Productions has been and will continue to be an independent studio."
What the fuck?
Now, to be fair, I think that Stranding was a PlayStation Studios game because PlayStation published it. PlayStation owns Death Stranding technically. So, sure, it could be that. But also, if you look at the games that are in here, Death Stranding is the only game that is not from a studio owned by Sony.
Yeah,
exactly. That on top of all of the, I mean, there has been rumors here and there of like, oh, is Kojima gonna make another exclusive for PlayStation? Oh, is PlayStation gonna buy up Kojima Productions? Will they buy out his old Konami IP from all of them? And there's been rumors around that, plus all of the stuff about Abandoned. Just mixed in there. Like I hate to even mention that, but like there's always so many rumors and things just swirling around Kojima because he has this like cult like following, right?
Yeah.
God, and the internet went nuts.
I also want to bring to attention a tweet that was a response to Kojima's "I'm sorry" tweet. And it is someone that posted a news story about, if you all remember, Bluepoint had a similar thing where Sony Japan tweeted the same banner about or congratulating Bluepoint. And here it says, Bluepoint Games Twitter bio says it's fully independent, despite a PlayStation acquisition rumors. So we've already been here before.
Yeah, we have. So let's think about this. Why did he do that?
This guy's smart. Like he's not just absent-mindedly tweet. Like he is absolutely someone who thinks through what he wants to do.
He made Metal Gear, goddammit.
Yeah, just the way he talks about things, even if it's strange, like I'm just like, why do you keep mentioning 9/11 in that one interview? Like that was weird.
That was a thing.
He's very calculated in what he says. So I think this was genuine. I think this was him just being like, man, I'm proud of the work that we have done. But he's also not really someone. Well, I was about to say he's not someone that like gives in to his own hype. But then again, think about all of the marketing for Metal Gear Solid 5 and all that stuff. Like, God, I just fuck.
I wonder. Because I want like. That's an old banner, you would say. Like, it's not something that we've seen, PlayStation Studios banner. I don't know if we've seen it with the Death Stranding character. I don't know if Death Stranding came out a long time ago. It recently released on PC.
Correct.
Yep.
So I understand maybe him marketing for PC or something like that. But just randomly posting a picture of PlayStation Studios with his... you gotta know that this is people are gonna take this way, right? Like they're gonna take it like I'm saying we're part of PlayStation Studios. What else could it be?
I could see it as Kojima. I don't know if he made it or he found it somewhere and posted it himself, but I could see this being Kojima being proud of Death Stranding being part of PlayStation Studios publishing, not necessarily part of PlayStation itself. I could see it just being Kojima doing that, being proud of it and tweeting it out, and he didn't think about any repercussions or anything.
Right.
And also, I don't know if Kojima necessarily wants to be purchased or he's to be bought now. I think that Kojima likes his independence, especially after going through what he went through with Konami. I don't know if he actually wants his studio to be purchased.
And we still haven't seen anything come to fruition from when he was in talks with Xbox or something, right? With Microsoft.
I'm not saying this will work, but I could like doubt it'll happen because, as you said, Kojima likes his independence. But remember, we do also have stories of Naughty Dog with PlayStation that even though Naughty Dog is owned by PlayStation just kind of lets them do what they want.
Yeah.
So like PlayStation is still really good at just owning the studio, but giving great independence. So I'm not saying that like Kojima would be bought by PlayStation, but it like in the future, if it happened, it would make sense.
Yeah, it does make sense for them to buy Kojima Productions 100%. But yeah, so
also, looking at the other banner that he put out, it's getting pretty tight there with the amount of games that is on the banner. It gets smaller and smaller.
Let me see. Let's see what do we have here. Because they first it was the Returnal one that they added, and then it was the FromSoft one. From the Souls remake. Yeah, pretty. They should take the baseball one out. What the heck is the one next to Is that VR?
That's Blood and Truth.
Oh, Blood and Truth.
Yeah, from London Studios.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's see. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe it's nothing.
Sorry, last thing. Look at the banner now at the right, the rightmost game there. Yeah. That's Gran Turismo. If you didn't know that was Gran Turismo, you wouldn't know that it is.
Yeah, but it's so interesting that like we could I don't play Gran Turismo. How can I tell? That's Gran Turismo. Because it's just so iconic. Like it's just like it's just an iconic.
It's from the latest game, but
it speaks for itself. You don't need to see it. You just see the red and you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we'll see what this is. If it was nothing or if it is something. But that is it for all the big news of the week, my friends. That's all I have for you. So take us into new and notable.
All right, some of these are just games we've already said, but there's a big one in here that's very important. First up, we got Lego Builder's Journey for the PlayStation 5 and the 4 on April 19th. Star Wars: The Force Unleashed coming to the Nintendo Switch on the 20th. Some people say is an amazing Star Wars game. I wouldn't know. I didn't play it.
That is a good one. It's a good one.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one where it's like this is the Wii version of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
The Wii version was awful.
Great.
That was fine.
The game that was super exciting, but not as exciting as the final one, the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe for the PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S. The
Isn't
one
that what that
Switch
one
PC?
anime character says? Ultra Deluxe, right?
Yeah, right. No, that's Plus Ultra. You're thinking of Plus Ultra.
I know.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't this from last week?
We
Stanley Parable
didn't have it in the
Bike
new
Snacks?
and notable.
No,
We may have mentioned
then
that
2
it
weeks
got
ago.
a
No,
release
2
date.
weeks ago.
We mentioned that Stanley Parable was announced for like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now it's coming out on April 27th.
27th, which is not this week.
So I do the
We're still
things
letting you know of games
from
coming
the
out.
Public day. This goes out Friday through the next Friday. So it would fit in there.
So that's why it's so far away.
Fucking hell, dude.
Vampire:
Cheated.
The Masquerade Blood Hunt for PS5 and PC on the 27th of April. And on the day after the 27th, we have, again, reiterating, Bug Snacks coming for Xbox Series X and S, the One, and the Switch on the 28th. But its DLC, The Isle of Big Snacks, also comes out on that same day on the 28th of April.
Bunger.
And the final game, the thing that shocked everybody today that was hella exciting, was Xenoblade Chronicles 3 coming out July 29th on the Switch. A rare oddity. Instead of being delayed, it got moved up from September to
reverse.
July.
September, yeah.
A reverse delay, a relay.
You know,
If
they
you
do
will.
say not all heroes wear capes, but damn it, Nintendo or Monolith Soft, you wear a cape, man.
With no explanation either. Just,
Yeah.
They just
Well, no,
changed the date.
Man,
Just changed the
you
date.
know, this feels good after like, what is it? PS4, like the last generation and this current one, where everything gets delayed. Every game gets delayed. Delay. And Xenoblade's over here. Nah, we ain't fucking delaying. We're fucking opposite delaying. We're accelerating.
Can you believe if they delayed it like after this? Like if they were like, oh, we moved up
Just
to
kidding. September. It meant to say September 29th.
That'd be fucked up.
because that's
Nintendo-
July. That's like what? That's like July.
It's
June,
all
July,
it's all of
that's-
August, and did we know the exact date in September, or we just know it was September?
I think it was just September.
So yeah, we don't
So-
actually know when September, but it still moved up a whole month of August into
That's
July.
crazy, dude. That's a whole month.
Man,
That's pretty wild.
man, if you were gonna play Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2, you're running out of time.
They were working on, and they were like, you know what, guys? I think we're good here. I think we're done.
To ask really
Wrap
quick,
it
did
up,
you
ship it out?
did anybody see the tweet in the trailer of the gameplay of Chronicles 3? Holy shit, there's a lot going on in the combat. Oh my god.
Yeah, how do you feel about that, huh?
That HUD looks like it's like rush hour traffic in New York. There's a lot of shit going on. But
I'm excited to try that game.
yeah, I am also. I feel bad because I skipped Chronicles 2, so I feel dirty that I cheated 2, but I'm gonna go to 3. So
You dirty boy.
you dirty boy. Thank you for that, Ignacio. With that, we're gonna bounce out of new and notable because that is now old and noted. So take us into the lightning round.
First news story that we have here, an anonymous worker at Nintendo has filed a complaint with the National Labor Relations Board, alleging that Nintendo and a firm it uses to hire contractors has violated their legally protected right to unionize, and also alleges coercive statements. These charge retaliations against concerted activities and surveillance. An investigation will follow.
That sounds intense.
It's an interesting one because as the conversation around unionization has become has increased, right? Nintendo has always managed to not have a dog in that race. And finally something. So who knows? Who knows?
It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen with all these big companies. You know how it is.
CD Projekt Red says there's still work to be done on Cyberpunk 2077, and has recently clarified that half the studio is currently working on the first expansion.
Expansion?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Oh man!
Because they promised a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, they wanted to just drop the game.
I still haven't got to play it yet because I'm behind on stuff, but I want to play that game so bad.
Yeah. Gene, it's a good game.
I missed it when it was $5, so I'm gonna.
I miss buying it and getting
sale.
I miss buying it and getting my refund.
Yeah. Bandai Namco appears to be making an HD remaster of a Nintendo game? ?
Which one, Ignacio?
I don't know, man. You tell
It
me.
doesn't say. The job listings only say that this is a like polygonal remake of a game commissioned by Nintendo.
What game has polygons?
And it was a Nintendo game. And why would Bandai Namco be doing it, huh?
You know what? Just to go way out in left field as a choice that makes no sense. It's Mother 3.
Oh.
There's no way, but like, could you imagine?
Polygons, though.
Like, there's no way, but could you imagine?
No,
though?
they're making it into polygons.
Yeah. See, now in the future, if this ends up like if Mother 3 comes out somehow, you come back to this moment where I randomly threw that shit out there.
Yeah. You gotta pay Alan if it is right.
All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Vicarious Vision, unfortunately, has been merged into Activision Blizzard.
Ouch.
And now they are sent to just work on Blizzard games.
Am I wrong, or didn't that happen already?
They were part of Activision Blizzard. Now they've been merged into Activision Blizzard.
I think they were also, weren't they tasked with, like, they did that Tony Hawk game, right? And then they were tasked with, like, only being support on
Call of Duty and stuff.
Blizzard,
I believe Vicarious
like
Visions, didn't they also make Crash? No, Toys for Bob.
Is that Toys for Bob?
Because Toys for Bob made
one
Spyro.
made the remake. One made the remake, the other one made 4.
No, but I think it was Vicarious Visions that made the Crash remake, and then Toys for Bob made Spyro and Crash 4, I think.
Yeah, I think Vicarious Vision made the remake and then did the Tony Hawk remakes, and then they went from the Activision side to the Blizzard side to work on their games, and now they've been merged into the company.
I see.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Speaking of remakes, no wait, it isn't a remake technically, but speaking of old games, Jet Set Radio and Crazy Taxi. God damn it is a remake. Jet Set Radio and Crazy Taxi remakes are reportedly in development as part of Sega's Super Game Initiative.
Super Game.
Yeah, so the Sega is supposedly trying to make a couple of these super games that are meant to be like big, expansive worlds where you can kind of customize your character, buy all kinds of accessorize, loot box, accessorize, right? Kind of modeling after Fortnite and the customization of that. And Jet Set Radio and Crazy Taxi seem to be 2 of those games.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, Ignacio is correct. Yeah, Vicarious Visions made Insane Trilogy and Pro Skater 1 and 2. Toys for Bob made Spyro and Crash 4.
Cool.
Yep.
Yep.
Jane Foster, we talked about it a little bit before, aka Thor, is going to be in Marvel's Avengers next playable character.
Yeah. I didn't when the trailer for Thor came out, I didn't think we would see her that quick already. Like in the first freaking teaser trailer for Love and Thunder. I just thought they were. Yeah, I thought they would hold that. You know what I mean? Yeah, we knew, but I figured they would hold it. Like, you know how we knew it.
It's just so the trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder is now Marvel's record for like the shortest amount of time between the first trailer and when the movie comes out. Like,
yeah,
2 months from now.
July.
Right? 2 months from now.
We should have gotten
3 months.
a trailer like months ago. So I think they just had to be like, all right, fine, here you go.
I figure, yeah.
Here's Thor, Jane Foster.
That's cool.
Thor.
And now she's coming to Avengers.
Yeah.
I feel like she's probably just is the same skill set as Thor.
Yep, probably.
She has also in the comics, she has a little bit. She has like one new move, but with the way that Mjolnir works. But I feel like they've
What's
already
that
done
move?
that. It's basically in the so if Thor was to throw out his hammer, he can kind of control it like Yondu does with his arrow, which I feel like they already kind of do in the movies. So I don't know. It's just it's more of in the comics. It was also a mystery at first oh, who's this new Thor? So I don't know if this is going to be a mystery for him, and he's just gonna be enough of a dumb himbo where he just like, who is this new Thor?
Yeah.
We're all like, Jane, you idiot! It's Jane.
Her mask covers a lot of her face, so who knows?
Right? Yeah.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Oh well.
The Playdate console is out now. First batch of them shipped out this past Monday, that being yesterday.
There you
Yep.
go. It's
I-
that
Cranking it.
I almost watched a review on it, but then I fell asleep. Like I saw a review recommended pop up, and I was gonna watch it to see what people thought of it, and I did not watch it.
People are cranking it.
But
People are
yeah,
cranking
the
it
hand
out.
crank, I see it, and my first thought is like, for what?
Yeah.
It's a super niche handheld thing. It seems like reviews are decent. Like it's just like it's fine, it's good, it's neat, but kind of is what it is. So
It's a play
there
date.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
And finally, World of Warcraft's latest expansion, Dragonflight, has been announced.
Wow.
Congratulations
They're still making
for
those?
them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
The-
surprised too. It was pretty quick from when Shadowlands came out, which was the previous expansion. Because Shadowlands came out at the same time, around the same time that Endwalker came out. Or later even, I think, maybe. And they're already announcing a new expansion. It's pretty interesting.
I just imagine World of Warcraft will just it'll never end.
No, probably won't.
Yep.
Probably won't.
Mm-hmm.
Probably won't.
I mean, it's a whole world
Yeah.
full of it, right?
But hopefully they can
Probably
you know,
got Warcraft
obviously,
in it too.
Aside from
That's what
you
I
know,
mean.
aside from everything, all that stuff that's happening with Activision Blizzard, it looks like that. I don't know what's going on, if it's going to get better for them or anything like that.
They're probably. This is just me speculating because I have no idea how business works.
Mhm.
They're probably green lighting a bunch of things to get started on them before the merger actually happens. So that in hopes that they can sneak it under like, oh, well, when Microsoft comes in, they'll just continue working on all of this stuff, which some of it will probably get canceled or moved or changed or who knows what, but they're hoping to just like throw everything up against the wall to see what sticks.
Yeah, it just looks like World of Warcraft particularly has been, as you know, when New World came out and then the whole Final Fantasy thing, like World of Warcraft was in the shitter for a lot of those players. So hopefully, like it would suck to see like, you know, like Final Fantasy, as much as I love it, if like it started becoming shit, you know, it would make me sad too. So hopefully it just gets better for them, for those players there. But yeah, there you go.
Nice.
All right, and that is it for the lightning round. Thank you so much, Ignacio. Give yourself a round of applause for that. Give yourself a round of applause. Thanks so much.
Good job.
Thank you so much for
Congratulations,
taking us through
Ignacio.
that. And that is everything that is on the dock here for us to talk about. Alan Busby, what are you looking forward to this week, my friend?
Man, I am looking forward to moving on to a new game, hopefully finishing Ghostwire, but more importantly, I'm going to keep reading Berserk because holy shit, it's so good.
Nice,
Cool.
nice. Berserk, cool. Kyle Springer, what are you looking forward to this week?
Tunic. Hoping to get back
Tunic.
into that game and play that.
Excellent. Ignacio Rojas B. Ignacio B. Rojas. What are you looking
You
forward
do
to this
beat
week?
Rojas sometimes.
I just restarted Batman Arkham Asylum, so I'm gonna be playing through that game once
Good
again.
game. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I got.
Cool.
Nice. I'm looking at Steam here. This game called Hold Fast Nations at War. And I feel like this is the game that I've seen so many like funny videos of where like like those historical war games where people are breaking through the gates and then people are screaming. I feel like this is that game and it's only $6. So maybe I'll try that and roleplay as a
Using all that Vegas
as a
money
soldier.
to buy some games there.
Maybe who knows. But what am I excited for? I'm excited for maybe hopefully to continue living my life and move on from this rut that I'm in after seeing BTS live,
If that's even
I-
possible.
I think
If
you're going to
it's
be in that
possible,
route
yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah. If it's
Gino,
even
I'm telling you,
possible.
after the podcast, just play a BTS album and just vibe
Yeah.
out.
I feel like have you gone through this, Alan? I feel like you've gone through this because I feel like you understand. You know what I mean?
He's like,
Because
"Dude, I
I don't
got
feel
your
like
back."
you guys. I don't feel like you guys understand, dude. Like, have you ever not known how into something you are until you realize how into it you are? You know what I mean? Like, wow, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to. Like, my girlfriend fainted. She fainted, dude. Like, her legs gave out when they showed up.
It's
She's like, oh my God, I can't stand right now.
When the Avatar comes to town and they're like, "Ah!"
It's crazy, man. It's freaking wild, dude. But,
See,
yeah.
Gino, I can tell you weren't so excited because if you were so excited, you would have almost died from the excitement. Meaning, as you almost died from excitement, time would have slowed down so you could have enjoyed it even longer.
Oh my gosh, dude, it was crazy, man. It was wild. It was absolutely incredible. I'm glad I got to experience that in my life, though. But anyway, what else? You guys could find me over on Twitter at twitter.com/Gino_VTerry. Kyle, where can the people find you on the internet?
At Yo Kyle Springer on Twitter.
Nice. And Ignacio?
At Ignacio Rojas B on Twitter. That's IGNACIOROJASB.
And Alan Busby, what about you?
You can find me tweeting at Twitter at Alan Busby.
Excellent. And you can find all of us over on the Whatnots, Twitter, Twitch, Discord, and Facebook, and Bumblebee. Is it Bumblebee?
It's just Bumble, but no,
Oh.
we're not on Bumble.
Okay. Anyway, and this has been Crossplay, my friends. You have been played. Good night, good evening, good morning.
Peace.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.